Even the Christian way of life, if you actually look at it, Jesus was we ancestor because he died. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's snash.diko, aka your soul sister. I am back with another video, and if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and if you are a returning subby, welcome back and thank you. So today I want to talk about the importance of having a relationship with your ancestors, and as people of color, as abantu, tribal, as tribes, we refer to them as izinyanya. Some refer to them as idlozi or amadlozi. So I want us to get into that, and I feel like there's so much stigma around, you know, just having a relationship with your ancestors, and I also feel like it's something that we don't talk about enough. I think it's something that we just embarrassed to talk about, and I don't know why that is. So I think the first thing that we can address is how our ancestors are demonized, and I think that is due to the fact that we are a race that has been colonized, a race that has been enslaved, and a race that has been under apartheid, right? And I think those things really did affect how we view our own spirituality. I think everything is based off of self-love and how much do you love and value yourself. And there's so many different ways to hate yourself without you even recognizing, more especially if you have been, you know, conditioned to think that you do not matter, right? And more especially if you were conditioned to think that someone else's way of life and their spirituality is much better than yours, you know. And if we can get to loving ourselves, tapping into that vibration, I think it's easy for us to love the people that came before us. And I think another important thing is just knowing your history, looking back and understanding, you know, the sacrifices that it took for us to be here today and be able to do the things that we do today, you know. And the moment you start grasping the importance of having a relationship with your ancestors, the people that came before you, the people that love you, the people that will do anything for you, the people that sacrificed for you to be here, is that when you do your history and when you follow their path and acknowledging them in your life and what they do, is that you start respecting yourself. You start valuing yourself. You start putting yourself on a pedestal, and not in an arrogant way, but in a way of knowing that you love yourself, you love who you are, where you come from, and what is in your DNA. The point that I wanted to touch on about the importance of having a relationship with is nyanya zako, your ancestors, is that there's so much healing that comes with it. There's so much healing, how you are able to heal the people that came before you, how you are able to heal yourself, how you are able to heal your DNA, how you are able to heal generations to come, right? And I find that in our community, just because there's so much stigma around having a relationship with your ancestors, and how it's something that we talk about in corners and not make it public and just be proud of it, you know. So with that comes with a lack of knowledge, that comes with a lack of understanding who you are, right? And you find that some people aren't actually depressed. You find that some people aren't actually depressed. They may think they have depression, or they may think they have just weird things going on in their life, but actually your soul is longing for a relationship with your ancestors. And maybe your soul is longing that you acknowledge the people that want to be in your life. And some people think that they're depressed, but some of them have an ancestral calling. Abanye benu banenkenke, you know. Abanye benu. And I don't say this. And I say it with respect, is that abanye benu banamasha, mainly because nifulathelwe zizinyanya, you know. And when you start acknowledging the people that came before you, I think you start seeing light in your life. And that's what we need to understand, that ancestors there too, they want the best for you. It's like your parents, it's like your family. The people that love you, they want the best for you, and that's what your ancestors want for you as well. So that relationship is the most vital thing that you can have. And so another pointer that I want to touch on is how other races are just, you know, fall in on practicing their own rituals, how they are able to connect with their ancestors, and how they call them angels. You know, there's archangels, and they have so many names for these angels, but in reality they are referring to them as ancestors. And with them, it's like it's a normal thing, it's a way of life. And I just want us to know that when we tap into our own spirituality, it shouldn't be embarrassing for us. We should actually be proud to do that. They are proud to do it. They are proud to do it. They do it so loudly in front of everyone. The practices, their spiritual practices that they do, and I just feel like we should normalize doing our own things and love it, and also teach it to our children. Let's not only send our children to Sunday school to learn about other spiritual practices, but let us teach them our own way of life as children, as young, for them to understand what's happening. Because I find that in our community and in our families is that when they're doing the spiritual practices, children aren't actually included in the process. They just see, oh, something is happening, but they aren't actually taught. So there is nothing that is being passed down to children to know that they are the next generation to carry the spiritual practice, to carry what our ancestors used to practice. So I think we need to start learning the importance of loving who we are. And another thing that I want to mention, and I'm going to close the video now, is that the importance of having a relationship with your ancestors is the protection that comes with it, you know. And I feel like this is something that is not being talked about enough, how Singabantu, we have enemies left, right and center. We have people throwing things at us, spiritual things, bad spiritual things that we're not able to see, but because siyamba nezinyanya, we are able to dodge those things. Our ancestors are able to protect us, they're able to shield us from the bad things that, you know, people throw at us. So that's another thing to consider. And the last one is that there's so much blessings that comes with having a relationship with your ancestors. There's so much blessings in it, and tapping into that vibration, I think, would be the most beautiful thing that you can do for yourself and for your life. And if you have children, teach them while they're young that there's something called ancestors, and they walk with them. And let's not be embarrassed about it. Let's embrace who we are, where we come from. And and now is the time of just being present in this life and acknowledging the people that came before us. Because I feel like if you are present in your life, if you are awake, it's very much easy for you to tap into your spirituality and want to know yourself more. And there's so much wisdom that comes with that, and there's just so much to gain rather than lose, there's just so much to gain. So now I want us to talk about these complex topics, so that we can bring healing to the earth. The earth needs healing, and it needs love. The vibrations are at an all-time low, and we need to raise them. We need to raise them with how we are spiritually, I think it's very important that we know these things, and we know them very young, and don't let people mislead you. Don't let people mislead you. Here on this earth, in this world, you're gonna meet people, abantu abasuka with families, abantu abamnyama, black people abazokuba, I believe kwizinyanya. Bayeke bahambe kulaa path yabo of being misled. Wena if uyakholela kwizinyanya, qhubekeka mntasekhaya, qhubekeka. And if umuntu akabelieve kwizinyanya, it doesn't mean that you don't have to believe in them. And everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Everyone has a right to their own belief system, but we can't dismiss the fact that sinabantu abamnyama, and singabantu abamnyama sinezinyanya, and izinyanya zethu knew this. Izinyanya zethu knew this. Hence why it's important to go back to your history, because you will know that into yobana izinyanya ziya acknowledge, I mean, even the Christian way of life, if you actually look at it, Jesus was we ancestor because he died. So there's not much of a difference, And praying is not the same thing as practicing, your spirituality. So I'm not dismissing prayer. I'm not dismissing going to church. I'm just saying that there is another option that is waiting for you as umtomnyama, to raise your vibration, to better your life, to have light in your life. So that is it for today. That's the message that was sitting with my spirit, and I just had to deliver that to you. And I don't know who needs to hear this today, and I just hope you receive the message that you needed to hear, and know that if you were thinking on embarking on this journey of getting to know your ancestors, of opening that spiritual portal, go for it. Now is the best time for you to connect with your people, because they love you. They want to bless you. They want to give you everything that belongs to you. You just need to open up the space for them to come in. So do your research on how did your family carry, the spiritual practices in your family. Do research, dig deep, and do not be lazy, because you don't know what is waiting for you, And I just want to inspire young people, people of color, that there is nothing wrong with tapping into that frequency, with connecting with our ancestors and loving ourselves for who we are and what we are. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Pahlani bethuna. Iyabulela intombi yasemaXesibeni, umamnune, umachaya, umbatane. Until the next video, I love you guys, and I thank you for all your support and for everything that you do for this channel. I am just so thankful, and I just send everyone positive vibrations. I send everyone love, and I send you just healing and being uplifted. And whatever you're going through, know that tomorrow is going to be a better day for you, and just have the spirit of carrying on. Not every day is a bad day, There can be light, knowing that happiness is a choice. Choose it every day. Whatever you're going through, choose it every day. And don't forget to connect with abantu bakuni. Don't forget to connect with your ancestors. And yeah, bye-bye.